Australia, home to terrifying wildlife, suspiciously attractive surfers, and the kind of casual slang that sounds like they're either inviting you to a barbecue or threatening your life. But somehow from the land where even the spiders bench press small cars, emerged a metalcore band so furious, so determined, and surprisingly wholesome, they turned basement jams and broken down postal vans into world domination. Today on Music Mysteries, we're digging into the true origin story of Parkway Drive. The band that basically said, who needs money, experience, or functional vehicles? Let's just wing it and conquer the planet. And you thought your garage band was rough? Strap in, Buttercup. We're going to open the vault on 10 facts about Parkway Drive that you probably didn't know. This is the show where we solve musical crimes against knowledge. I'm Tonylytics, and this is Music Mysteries. Before we jump in, hit that subscribe button to not only get more trivial music entertainment like this, but because subscribers here are automatically entered into our monthly prize giveaways on this channel. Special shout out to this month's winner, Marcelo Hilsman. Enjoy your new PreSonus Eris studio speaker system, and thank you for being a subscriber. Okay, you think you know Parkway Drive? Let's see how much you know. Starting with fact number 1. They named themselves after their garage. Most bands agonized for months trying to pick a cool name. Parkway Drive? They looked at the street sign outside drummer Ben Gordon's house and went, yep, good enough. Beer run, anyone? It's almost impressive how low effort it was, yet here they are. Proof that naming your band after your driveway can still land you stadium tours. Fact number 2. Their first show was basically a PTA meeting with guitars. Their inaugural gig was at the Byron Bay Youth Center, a wholesome little community hall where teens typically learned how to make papier-mâché bowls, not get obliterated by blast beats. Imagine Parkway Drive showing up to a room full of 15-year-olds and a stressed-out parent sipping bad coffee, and then melting faces off anyways. Fact number 3. Winston McCall could have been sponsored by Billabong instead. Before he was a metalcore scream wizard, Winston McCall was on track to be a professional bodyboarder. He was so good, he even appeared in surf magazines and local competitions. So basically, Parkway Drive happened because Winston looked at the ocean one day and thought, this is cool and all, but what if I mastered screaming techniques instead? Fact number 4. Their bassist learned the entire set in 3 days, because time is of the essence. Parkway Drive's original bass player quits. No problem. Gia Pye O'Connor, their merch guy who barely knew which end of the bass was up, stepped in. The band basically said, learn the songs. You've got 3 days. Also, we're touring across Australia. Good luck, champ. It's the musical equivalent of being handed a scalpel and shoved into a hospital like, okay, you're the surgeon now. Fact number 5. Killing with a Smile was recorded on Fast Forward. Most bands spent months tweaking albums. Parkway Drive, they cranked out Killing with a Smile in just 2 weeks. Recorded with Adam D from Killswitch Engage, no less. Because when you're broke, living in a van and surviving on gas station sandwiches, efficiency becomes a core value. Fact number 6. Early Parkway Drive was basically a traveling metal garage sale. DIY touring wasn't just a vibe, it was survival. They booked shows themselves, printed out their own merch, drove beat-up bands, and prayed they didn't die somewhere in the outback. Just imagine setting up your own stage, selling your own t-shirts, then getting on stage to destroy everyone's eardrums, all before crashing on some stranger's couch next to an unidentifiable stain.
One life, one shot, give it all you got!
Fact number 7. They got their big break thanks to one random metalcore dad. At Parkway Drive's very first show, Michael Crafter, singer from I Killed a Prom Queen, randomly showed up. Crafter watched 5 minutes of sweaty chaos and said, alright, you guys don't suck, come on tour. Basically, Parkway Drive got their shot because of the first guy to show up to their first party. which honestly sounds way cooler than the usual "we were discovered on YouTube" story.
So Gaz was probably 16. Just all looked like surfers, wearing boardies, jamming. Jeff looked like he was 60 then, playing an old man looking guitar, and they were just really good. And then they happened to play the next night, and that was the first show.
So you saw him rehearse first?
Yeah, I saw the rehearsal first. And I literally walked out of rehearsal and I was calling people. I was like, called Ben Coy, I called Jonah, messaged a few people. But yeah, I remember just being like, this is psycho. This band's actually crazy good. It just didn't make sense because I was like, fast part breakdown, another fast part breakdown, some epic solo bit and like, I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, that's so crazy.
Yeah, and it's like, and there's a difference when people start a band and go, okay, we've got these 5 fucking songs, and you're like, oh, they're going to get better and fucking whatever. They had 5 songs that were fucking nuts that ended up being the first.
Fact number 8. Tour life equals the floor is your bed now. Forget luxury hotels or even cheap motels. Early Parkway Drive toured Australia by cramming into a single van, sleeping on random floors, random couches, or sometimes inside the van next to a leaking cooler of a Vegemite sandwiches. Honestly, they probably invented new yoga poses just trying to sleep in the back seat without developing scoliosis. Fact number 9. A random hardcore compilation saved their lives. You think virality is new? Parkway Drive got their first international exposure thanks to being slapped onto a random underground hardcore CD compilation called What We've Built. Because apparently back then you could go global being track number 17 on someone's burnt CD they mailed overseas. Fact number 10. Their tour bus was a biohazard on wheels. Their first tour bus was an ancient Postal delivery van. No air conditioning, no seatbelts, probably no brakes, possibly haunted. It would break down so often they basically considered duct tape and good intentions as part of the maintenance plan. So the next time someone complains that Parkway Drive sold out because they upgraded from youth centers to stadiums, just remember, this was the band that was built on broken vans, stolen couches, and a bassist who literally Googled how to play bass guitar the night before a tour. Respect the grind. Subscribe if you haven't already, share this video with your Parkway Drive fan buddies, and be sure to catch the next episode. I'm Tonylytics, and until next time, take care.